And we are off. Welcome to episode 5, week 4. We just got back from Wagner Park. I'm here with Alan Hoxie, Benny McDaniel, and the guest of the night, Mike Thomas. Give it up for Mike.
Hello.
What's up, Mike?
What's up?
So we'll hop into it. I know I just mentioned we just got back from Wagner Park. We just finished up. Storylines. What were the big storylines of the night? Go ahead, Ox.
All right. So storylines that I saw, lots of big putts everywhere. Very noisy with cheers from everybody.
Course was packed.
Course was packed 41 people, 41, 42, something like that.
Round up.
A lot of people, and everyone was hitting, except our card. Apologize.
Yep. At least it felt like there was a lot of, noise with the amount of guys we had on the course.
A lot of big putts. Big putts, and we're talking outside a circle. So it's impressive.
Yep. And so longest putt was hit by my dad, Tim East. So that was huge. It sounded like more of a throw-in.
Yeah,
we heard
if
it.
anything.
So he was in front of us, and it was massive.
Really?
Yeah, like the putt that was hit was actually not bad already, and it was around a tree. I mean, over 100 feet, easy, just
Wow.
massive.
And understand, those of you who weren't there, the hole that we had it on, when you miss, you're going down the hill an extra 35, 40 feet.
So his drive was left of the pin, so it was down the hill, and he threw around that
No.
gap.
It was right
He was
side.
right of the pin. He threw
On
from
top.
behind all those trees.
Oh,
Yeah.
so, okay.
And so had he missed, he was going down the hill.
Yep.
It was-
Understood.
And everyone on that side of the course knew he hit it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone in the course.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, it's
You
Tim.
can probably hear it all the way
We
on
know.
hole
We know
5.
Tim.
Yeah, I mean, we just go
shot.
Royal Oak in general, and then we'll go from work from there. And then CTP, Zach Pesta, took that.
Okay, Zach.
So, I mean, that was,
board.
I felt like that was a very, it was a fair CTP. And so he's always one to put it close and take advantage of those opportunities. So,
Which hole was it?
it was
Hole
hole
four.
4
Does anybody know what he's throwing?
/ whatever.
It's the blind. Now you have the pole.
Yeah, the pole. Good addition.
Yep.
Yeah, that was huge.
So you know where you're throwing.
Does anybody know what he threw?
I have no idea.
I would assume a buzz of some sort.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yep.
Sweet. How was your card?
Yeah, so there was a mishap of generosity in paying for people, and we basically had somebody sign up multiple times. Good work.
I mean,
It was nice. You were paying
there's
for people.
confusion,
That's
but-
well done. That's
Yeah.
nice of you. Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it was good.
I thought we rolled with the punch as well. So,
Yeah, so I say that to say I was on a card with Mike, and I was on a card with Zach. We were all, I'm sorry.
Well, you guys
we
were
on a
teamed.
team. My mistake, yeah.
Yeah.
We got paired up, and we played with Aaron and Tom.
Oh, you guys must have won then. If you had 3 people on your team, that should be a huge advantage.
It was a huge advantage.
Well, we thought so.
Well, yeah, fair enough. It was a...
Oh, so you guys
Yeah.
didn't play well.
No,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
And
sun,
you were with Zach
sun was
Ellis.
in
I
my
just
eyes.
assumed.
too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Zach
Ellis and Michael Thomas.
Mike and myself, yeah. And we played average. They'll tell you we missed a lot of putts, but we didn't really set ourselves up for easy 10-footers. We're looking at out, right at the circle's edge most of the day, and it's just not the best play.
Sure.
We did
Who'd
watch.
you play with?
Yeah, we watched Aaron and Tom play well.
And they play pretty. I mean, they're up on the leaderboard, eh?
Yeah, I think they got second.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks.
Aaron was
Yeah.
putting down on the putts.
Stinks they didn't get first again,
I mean,
Yeah, that's rough. We'll probably hear about that later.
it's a tough spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny, who'd you play with?
So I was with Dylan, the old lefty himself. He's a bomber.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you what.
He's a bonus B. Like if you can get him on at a B, that's huge.
Well, here's what I learned. Having a right-handed player that can decently drive. I think I'm a decent driver. I don't have a lot of distance, but usually fairway. And then having a left-handed guy, one of you's got to hit the gap. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
that was pretty cool.
Or there's an obvious line either which way.
Right. Sometimes there's both, right? So, and then on our card was Garrett and Zeke on a team, and then Jeremy and Andrew Rumps, which that was a really, really fun card. It was a sixsome. I've got the 2 young guys, Dylan and Zeke.
They're making
absolutely-
putts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were absolutely throwing bombs. Hole 15 or 16 down in the goalie.
16, yeah.
Dylan had been struggling with throwing too high, and I was like, hey, listen, just try to throw it flat, maybe hang it out more left than you normally do. Dude, 365 feet, just parks it. Like, That was a sweet birdie. So we played decent, played 4 down, kind of maybe mid-high pack to the middle of the pack. So wasn't bad, but
Cool.
we beat everybody on our card. Felt
Mike,
good.
I think we already mentioned you, but you have any different perspective on who you played with? Any insights?
Not really. There was a bunch of putts that were either low or they were hitting the band.
You have any? You have any beef with your teammates?
Well, somebody did switch cards with me, and I'm like, why? And then I realized it later, but I don't know.
It's tough. Tough spot.
Sounds tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Saturday in the rain,
Sometimes.
maybe he was still exhausted from the rain. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it was rough.
We had to use my drive a couple times, so
It was great.
Well, that's not saying much. I mean, he doesn't drive very well. So
A lot of trees at Wagner.
A lot of trees. So
he did have some good putts and some up shots, but
nice.
we
it
were
sounds like he
struggling.
It's a team.
contributed at
It's a team,
very
right?
least.
We were struggling, but
That's
yeah,
good.
Cool.
You got shot down 3, right?
the threesome worked.
Down 3. So you each got 1 birdie apiece, and you called it a day. Mm-hmm. Let's just say that.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with that.
I had a birdie.
I played
Nice.
with Joseph Matern.
Yes, he knew.
Yeah, that was his first time playing disc golf. He says he's definitely coming back.
Oh, is this his first time playing disc golf ever?
Yeah, he goes to the church.
Dude, that's so cool.
So he sounded like he was pretty pumped about it, and so
Yeah. How'd he do?
we had a blast. He did pretty good for his first time. I mean, you
Sure.
don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
know what to expect.
Yeah, first
on
time.
one level. It was funny because we got up to the first tee on hole 4, and we were late to get out there, and the previous card already went and finished their hole, so they're all standing around us waiting for us to
Oh,
tee
no.
off.
He's nervous.
And they were a 6-some, and so it was just, they had a ton of guys behind the tee pad. This guy first ever throwing a disc. And so he definitely was feeling the nerves,
Yeah.
but he was able to push through, and we produced a good round. So
That's awesome.
it was a lot of fun playing with him. I played with Dave Martini and Jared Rice. And so those two guys played well. It felt like they weren't clicking at the right time. So whenever they're both through bad drive, but they also both threw a good drive. So it wasn't like,
Oh, man.
it was one of those rounds.
It wasn't a pick-me-up kind of thing.
Yep. And so it was just, they did good for what they were dealt.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so let's go over the leaderboard real quick. I know there was we have
that
a
up.
massive group. So like we could,
42 guys. That's crazy.
and so we you could scroll. I mean, I'm scrolling.
Yeah, you got to scroll to find all the scores.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Couple standouts, right?
So, looking at it, firstly, the predictions from last week.
Yeah. I think
Someone
Benny hit
said, you said 9 under?
Yes, I did.
So, winning score was 10 under.
I saw that.
Yeah,
But do you know who did shoot 9 under and not 10 under?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We all know. Aaron Nitz. I wonder what the end of the round looked like for him. Probably pretty familiar.
I don't know.
Well, I tell you what,
Time will tell.
we'll tease a video for the end because we know you're gonna like this video.
Yeah.
It's gonna be at the end.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, winning score 10 under. Then there wasn't very many.
Well, let's give them a shout out because I know John Vesto and
good
Sean
call.
Clancy would have really appreciated a shout out.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
played phenomenal.
They did play
So,
great.
in discussing what you guys talked
That's a good
about,
card.
where I think you said Dave and Jared were both throwing a good drive or both throwing a bad drive. John was talking to me after as we were walking off, saying, "Oh yeah, Sean and John, they just played perfectly in that. If Sean's messed up a throw,
Yeah.
John didn't,
That's team
and vice versa.
Disc golf right
just,
there, man.
Just good doubles
Very-
gameplay.
if you look at their card, very clean card. Zero bogeys, just straight birdies, man.
Yeah,
Looks
so
good.
way to go.
And I just want to highlight because I'm looking at their scorecard. They got hole 2. That hole stands out to me as one that is a bonus bird for them, and that's huge.
Yeah,
I would have really liked to see the drive
yeah.
on
Yeah.
that one. And so huge shout out to them for taking it down. Big
Nicely
night.
done.
Big night.
Yeah.
So following that up, Aaron and Tom got -9, second place, and then Zach Pesta and Elijah
Zach Pesta.
got 7 under
That's
at
a great.
third place. Then there's a bunch of
And that's
ties.
BB, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So we had BB win it, and then AC take second, and then BB take third. That's great. BBs are coming up.
Zach was hitting big putts as he typically does.
Yeah.
He hit quite a few. He hit 4 outside of circle 1,
Nice.
1 outside of circle 2, and so he
That's
when he
5
gets
huge
going
putts
out.
and CTP. What a big night for him.
Yep, huge night. That
cool.
that strokes in the field when he can hit
Yeah,
those kind of
absolutely.
putts.
That's awesome.
So lots of drama on the course. let's see. I think we went over.
Did anybody
everything.
hit birdie fun?
No, birdie fun was not hit. It was a tough one because it was hole
Hole
9.
9, yeah.
Hole 9 is a really tough bird, and realistically, for golfers, you're just trying to hit the gap and put something down the
Right.
center, and take up
play
much.
for the 3.
Play for the 3.
Or a 50-footer, 60-footer jump up.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in our car birdied that one.
No. We weren't. I mean, I guess, again, 60-footer.
Right.
But
Yeah.
We had somebody on our card very closely within inches almost destroy a car that was driving on the road.
oh.
Oh, we had that too.
His dad's pretty
Yeah.
good at disc golf.
Uh-oh.
But it was, I don't know if I've ever seen him that nervous. He clinched up and was like, and then missed. But Zeke almost destroyed a car.
Well,
It was rough.
we had one where Mr. Zach got a little grip lock,
Yeah.
which happens. Zach, we're making fun of you. But he was saved by the power lines and the yellow plastic thing that go on the power
yeah.
lines.
It was heading directly for windshield.
Is that on 3 or 9? Which hole are you guys talking about?
9. It was on 9.
Okay.
Yep.
9. Oh, we actually had what's the whole? Oh, you're talking about hole 3 where the road's on 2, right?
Yeah.
Dylan destroyed a bumper. I mean, it was
Really?
dead on. Oh yeah, there's a dent in the car.
Wait, was it driving?
Yeah. Well, no. It was a parked car.
Parked car.
Yeah, destroy just complete grip lock.
Okay, because he's a lefty, did he release it earlier?
You try to flick?
Or did he flick?
Oh no, he flicked because I looked over at the guys on the car and said, "Watch, it's gonna be in the road,"
Oh, no.
and it absolutely destroyed the car. He just flipped.
That's
all
a
the way
tough
over.
lefty hole, so.
Yeah.
But I guess I've never looked at the lefty route. So.
Right.
But
It's all good.
yeah, we'll move on from there. And, since we got Mike on the podcast, we might as well ask him some
I
questions.
guess.
Mike, how'd you get into disc golf?
Well, let's see. It was probably back in 2010. I was living up north in Cadillac, going to school at Baker College because my parents retired up there, and they're like, "Come on up here, you can stay with us." And guy that I knew was like, "Hey, I'm going to play some disc golf. I got a disc here. Try it out with me." I'm like, "Okay, let's go." I had known disc golf, for a long time because I grew up in Royal Oak, and some of my buddies' younger brothers played. And I was like, okay, I can still remember that shot. It was horrible. And then when I was throwing, I'm like, I'm throwing straight, but why is it curving back to the right? I want it to go straight. And now I realize it's supposed to, but that was a Stingray, I think. The cheap plastic. There was a store by Lake Cadillac. It was like a restaurant, and then they just had a stand and had some discs. And then
You mean it wasn't MVP?
nope, it was not. That's before MVP. I didn't even know what that was. I knew probably Discraft and Innova, like most people.
Right.
And then I know I want to hear a little bit about your story about getting involved with us playing disc golf, because I know that's a unique story.
Yeah.
Because you've been playing for a while now with us.
You were playing a long time, without us, but then I feel like
I played for like 3 years because I moved back in 2011 for a job, and then I found out my high school friends were playing, and then I started researching some discs and figured out some to throw. I didn't really know what I was doing, but we played for fun. I lived like 4 blocks north of Star JC, so we played there after work all the time. And then when I came down here, I didn't have a church, so I ended up finding a church. Was going there a little bit. And then at the time, the Lord was like, well, you're playing on Wednesdays and Sunday mornings. I think I need you here in church. So I kind of just stopped playing for a long time.
Yeah.
And then
Priorities, man. That's good.
And then became friends with a bunch of people from church, and none of them played, and ended up meeting my wife there. So we were friends for like 4 years before. So, and then one time there's a guy that I used to work with, James Pagla, who Aaron knows, one of his former students.
Oh, okay.
Was like, hey, I know you play. Let's go play. And then I got back into it. And then one time, I think it was on a Thursday, my wife comes home and is like, hey, I was at Mom's group, and Hawks' wife was there, and they were talking about disc golf. And she was like, hey, my husband plays. So gave my number, exchanged numbers. And then we ended up playing.
Wagner.
Yes, Wagner and then Star.
I remember meeting you there.
Yep. You were my first partner.
Yep. Casual doubles.
I think you guys said you were meeting there at 7 a.m, and I'm like, 7 a.m? This is crazy. And it's supposed to be like 12 degrees.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? And then I just loved it ever since. And then Hawks was like, yeah, when we start our season in April, I'll text you and let you know. And then I started playing with you guys, and you guys taught me which different discs, types of discs to throw. And
That's awesome.
I've loved the game more than ever.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how it started? I mean, not disc golf for you, but at least your connection with us by, oh, hey, my husband plays. Or It's just that simple little connection. And
I never would have known.
And somebody reached out and was like, hey, come play with us. And now, like, you got 42 guys that played tonight. That we all are there for the same reason. That's pretty sweet.
And I looked out there while they were warming up putting, and I'm like,
That's a lot.
at least half of these guys were not in our league last year, and we're missing so many. We could have 60 guys
Yeah.
because there's a lot that weren't even there.
Right.
That-
And when Aaron watches this podcast, he's going to cry about this story. I can see it. I'm going to put some sad music behind it, like some really like piano music. I'm just kidding.
I do also remember some people telling me, I wasn't there that Sunday, but a friend of mine, Nicole, she was like, hey, there was some guy up on the stage talking about disc golf. You should probably get with them. And then I eventually did. And then I was playing with Aaron at Star that Saturday morning, and he's like, oh, yeah, that was me. I was like, okay, sweet.
That's cool, man.
Sounds good.
Well, so now you're considered a veteran.
You are.
Oh, boy.
If you're not there, we're missing out on somebody.
Yeah.
We're like, wait, where's Mike?
Yeah, there might be a couple times this summer, but I'll be up north.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up playing up there.
That's
So
you're
say
still
it's-
playing disc golf. Well, come
I'll
on.
still be playing.
That's cool.
My family sleeps in, so I'll just go play.
Bro,
Right.
absolutely.
We're glad you're part of the league, dude, for sure.
Next
Thanks.
question, Mike. If you were to give advice to your former self getting into disc golf, so this is
Oh, boy.
if you're brand new, Mike, first throw, what advice would you give him?
That's
a tough one.
That's a tough question. I'm not really sure. I mean, just throw it and figure out what to do, I guess.
All right. I can do
I
it.
can't
Don.
argue.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
Figure it out.
Find a group of
Good
guys.
luck.
I don't know. Find a group of guys. Watch videos. I don't
Yeah.
figure out how to do it.
Now, Mike, most of the guys in the group know you as the MVP guy, and so
Gyro for life.
Gyro for life.
That's right.
You're our MVP guy. If we need questions on MVP, we go to you. Where did that love for MVP or that loyalty start? Where, what's the origins on that?
It's a good question.
Well, when I moved back, I started the same place I still work at now. It's G&E Paint in Hazel Park, and I went out on a delivery and I looked up places to buy discs at because I didn't know where to get them from, and I found a place in Ferndale, like Ferndale Oak Park border. It was called In Flight.
Okay.
If any of you guys,
No idea.
I think Aaron knows that one too because he's been around forever. And I went in there.
He's pretty much dust.
I went in there and saw this white disc with a black rim on it called the Ion,
Okay.
and
You're hooked.
I bought it, and then
And you liked it. You threw it.
yes,
You're like, oh.
I really like that putter. Yeah,
It's a putter. Okay,
yes,
I have no idea.
it's a beaded putter,
Okay.
and I just started researching it, and there was a Facebook group of guys. There was probably maybe 20, 25 guys that were fans, and then once they got to like 50 fans, they had a raffle for a disc, and I ended up winning another one.
Now you're two
And it was a nice
MVP
disc, and-
deep, right?
Yeah. Well, and then I had a couple more, and I followed because they were newer.
Sure. Yeah.
They had just had different runs of the Ion.
Okay.
Which, if you have a first run, it's probably worth like $2,000, but
And there's a
because they
level.
only made like 500 of them, whatever.
Crazy.
I see.
There's a level of you finding something that most people don't have. Like MVP has kind of had that. It still kind of has that niche feel. Had smaller community, and that's always kind
And
of cool.
it's local.
Yeah,
local.
they really didn't have any known players.
No.
They still don't really, do they?
And then when I got back into it, I was like, who's this Conrad guy? I had no clue. And everybody was talking about
disc
buying
golf
his
Jesus.
disc and this, that, and the other thing. And yeah, I followed them. And all their new discs coming out. And I used to go to the disc golf store that was on Harper. And when the guy got new MVP in, he let me know and just hold one for me.
There you go.
So I tried out just about all of them.
Yeah.
And it feels really good in my hand. So
I will say I did manage to lose a wave once. It was a great disc.
that's the one I was throwing the most tonight.
And it just kept on going the wrong way.
What's the
It's like an 11.
11.5, -2.2.
Yeah.
so Streamline is like
It's an offshoot.
a sister company or whatever.
Is it?
That was their attempt so they could say they could make it without the overmold.
Well,
We can make discs
I used
without
to
it.
have their trace, and that thing, it's like a turn, like it's like an end of a turn.
Yeah.
It's
Just keeps
kind
going.
of like a scorchish kind of thing. No,
Sure.
no, like it's -2.2, and I loved it.
I know Hawks has got one that he
I
throws.
throw the drift.
Yep. And
Just
I got
a
a
speed.
lift, and some people like their putters
Yeah.
That's
because
cool,
it's
man.
non-gyro.
Sure. I like the feel.
Yeah.
And then kind of a fun question. If you were forced to replace all your discs in your bag,
Oh, man.
except for one, which disc would you decide to keep in your bag?
It's got to be in your bag, too. Can't be on your wall.
Right. Probably for an all-around disc, there would probably be the MVP Crave.
Well,
It's
I mean,
a-
It lightened those of us who don't know.
So
MVP.
6.5, 5, -1.1.
but
Okay.
It
say-
would work for everything.
6.5.
Is there
They
any
have half
disc in-
speeds?
Is there any disc
Oh,
in
yeah.
your
They
bag
do what
that
they
you
want.
couldn't replace no matter if it was the same mold? Like if it's is that important to you?
Probably currently, it's probably my really old wave that I got out and learned how to use.
Okay.
Probably because I got another one and it
Yeah,
just
'cause
doesn't work.
That red one you were throwing today?
Yes.
That would work pretty well.
Yeah. And I have another one that's more transparent. I don't remember the name of the plastic, and it doesn't work. It's a different type of plastic.
Sure. It just doesn't. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, you lose a disc and then you buy a new one, and you're
it's
like,
funny you
it
say
doesn't
that.
do
I
it.
have a disc like in my bag that I'm like, yeah, I could replace everything but this one.
Yeah.
I'm
What is
the
that?
same way.
Go ahead.
What is it?
It's my passion.
Your passion?
It doesn't like, but it's recently become that disc.
Okay.
Not because I hit an ace with it a few weeks ago.
Is it seasoned?
It just
Oh,
I
yeah.
you
don't,
couldn't replace with
I don't
another
know.
passion?
I have two other passions that I've thrown, and I don't like them.
Was your ace in the practice round before tournament?
The preseason round, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like even today, like I threw one of my favorite shots of the day with the passion, and I'm like, man, that. But I have a different one that is not the same.
Is that
So
an
I
8
kinda get it.
speed?
7-speed.
So I think
Seven?
it's 7.5
Yeah.
-1.
Oh, okay,
something
so-
like that.
Hawks, do you what's your disc? Real
Well,
quick.
I just because it's Darth Vader.
Your zone.
I got no. It's a Buzz.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
don't you have another Star Wars zone or something like that? I don't remember. You have a zone.
There's a story behind me losing that in about 2 feet of water.
I would have went after that. That's like your go-to disc for a long time.
You would have gone after it, and I'll tell you the story later.
What is yours,
Because
Nate?
It hurt. It was a Death Star.
So it's
It's tough.
a tough question, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel very close to all my discs.
Oh,
We've
And
actually
so-
found your disc, almost 365 days later at
Yeah.
Nitz Hideaway.
I was very attached to that disc. My game plummeted after that, but I was able to rebound, and I was a new man after I was able to rebound.
What happened after you got the disc back?
It didn't find a slot. I struggled to fit it in. I tried to force it, but
it
just,
just
never
hung
found
out
it.
in the water
Yeah.
for a year.
Yep.
Right.
So it's a cross between two discs, realistically.
Boss?
It's my yellow Buzz. I no longer bag the Boss.
What?
It's no longer.
I
in there.
remember you as the boss man.
I used to be the Boss man. I kind of evolved, and then my green Thrasher.
Yeah,
I
you throw it a
haven't
lot.
found another Thrasher that flies like it,
Sure.
There you go.
and so I'd be pretty heartbroken if that thing ever left. So, yeah, and then
They usually don't just leave on their own.
Yeah,
So-
there's water.
biggest disc
Or-
golf pet peeve.
Yeah.
What is yours?
I was thinking about that
Oh,
on
I
the
got
way.
one.
Thinking about that on the way here, and what comes to mind is when you're playing Star, and there's somebody like right on the fairway having a picnic, and then you say, "Hey, we're about to throw," and they're like, "Okay, whatever," and then they keep going on with their picnic, and then we just threw kind of like right over top of them, and then they got the idea to move, or somebody will have their dog and it's not on a leash, just running around on that course. That
How
course.
dare people be in a park with their
that
families?
course-
How dare they?
That course especially gets casual people just
yeah,
moseying around.
Yeah.
there's a lot of neighborhoods around there too.
Yes,
So there's,
and there's a lot of little league baseball going on. So
Yep.
there's kids running around,
Yeah.
and they're also at the
I feel like people are being
Picnic.
a lot more educated in the sport too.
It's getting there.
As the courses
I think
really
so.
fill up. You know, it's like, oh, you can't miss it now. You know, there's not like one or two guys on the course
Yeah.
playing where you kind of
Right.
So I got one,
go ahead.
and it's more of a teaching moment as well for those of us who are newer at the game. When you're playing poorly and you throw a frisbee or a disc,
You've been talking about this a bunch
this
lately.
is killing me because, and you don't watch where it goes because you're upset with yourself because you've been
you
throwing.
throw and then you're like,
Who knows? And you turn around because you're irritated. I've been there.
Yep.
Don't do that because then you have no idea where your disc
Did that
is.
happen a
and
couple
you're like,
days
hey,
ago?
where did it go?
It's just no. I've
You
been
can,
there.
you can get by on these, you know, city parks, but once you start going out to these big boy
You
courses,
lose it
you
deep
get
in the
hurt.
woods, man.
It's
Yep.
gone.
I think somebody lost a disc Saturday, did they?
I didn't.
Benny, what's your biggest pet peeve? Disc golf.
Ooh. Biggest pet peeve in disc golf. Honestly, I'm guilty of this one though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there, and then you can't come.
Okay.
Honestly, like you make a big plan, you get excited, but having kids and
That's a tough one.
stuff. Like sometimes I'm totally the guy that's like, yeah, and then I can't.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It bugs me when people do it, and it bugs me when I do it too. Like,
Sure.
because you get excited, you get a plan, and then they can't come.
So it's not Sean stealing your CTP?
You know what? I don't want to talk about CTPs, guys. I feel like
I like that.
this is
Good
not the
one.
talk of this podcast.
Sorry.
I didn't win one, and no one stole one from me. Okay,
Good work.
Cool. So my biggest pet peeve is very simple, and it's just Bluetooth speakers. I can't stand
What?
them.
Really, you don't like tunes?
I can't stand Bluetooth speakers.
I love it.
Turn it off. I want to hear the nature, you know? And so that's probably my biggest pet peeve. But
What if it's a good song or two?
yeah, no, I'm
right.
good. If you want
Some
to listen to
80s.
music, put headphones in.
Then when you yell 4, they get destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way she goes.
All right. Fair
All
enough.
right, man.
Mike, are you happy with your game right now?
From last year to this year, I would say, yeah, I'm throwing a lot further and getting more snap.
I see it.
I
I
agree
mean-
with that statement.
You're throwing farther.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
and,
all,
in
there's all-
controlled distance too. It's not like
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Hey, we've talked about Mike's a sleeper, man.
Yep.
And it's happening. He's waking up.
He did-
I got the field across from my house, so I've been practicing a lot more and trying to dial in certain discs.
Sure.
And I think it's better this year. I mean, there's always room for improvement. Everybody has it, but
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, as long as I can keep going and improving and enjoying the game,
Love
that's all there is.
It's huge.
Yeah, man.
It's wise. Now I think we're moving into the most anticipated segment of the talk. Hawks' top 20
Oh boy.
power rankings.
Who fell and who rose?
Oh man, you guys are gonna love it.
You got the
As-
floor.
as we talked about. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna
be
lie.
nervous. There are a couple of grievous oversights on my part, and you'll see them. First one is now in the top 20, and that is a Mr. John Jackson.
Ooh,
Okay.
I
So
like that.
he's just there.
Steady.
He's top 10. I mean, in terms of the points, and he's you watch him play, he's getting there.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen him play.
good on you, John. Bernie, up to 19 or down to 19?
Didn't show up.
Down
Let's
6.
say he's down.
Wow.
Down 6 from last
Come
week.
on, Bernie.
He wasn't here
I
tonight.
hear his back was sore, so he
Oh, okay.
skipped them this week. But
Was that
hopefully
real?
he's back. Yeah,
Is that actually what happened?
that's what the guys were saying.
Okay.
I mean, I
fair
don't want to
enough.
start a rumor here, but
Fair enough.
you can call us out in the comments.
Yeah,
Feel
that's
free to call
yeah,
us out in the comments.
absolutely.
Sorry
I-
if you're actually in pain.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he lives a little bit further north, so he can't get down easily. Anyway, but that's better.
Hey,
He's-
listen,
he's hurt-
these
he's hurt.
M&Ms,
I know, dude. I can't.
they're on point. I'm
I'm
sorry.
glad they're over there.
All right.
Excited.
Staying the same, Christian at number 18. He is. He's still got some improving to do, and can't count him out. Okay.
Fair.
17. Aaron Bolin is down 2 from last week.
Uh-oh.
Didn't do as well this week as I think he would have expected, but he's still in the hunt. New, one grievous oversight from last week. Mr. Zach Pesta
Ooh,
coming
He
in
deserves it.
at 16.
Yep.
It's
He's-
good to see him.
He scored very
I gotta
well
be honest.
today.
I gotta be honest. Like I'm gonna fight for him. I feel like he needs to be above that even. But I think he can.
I'll
I think he can change
you want
your
me to-
mind.
He's got to get on Hawks' card.
I can swap.
It's all up
No,
here, right?
I'm not. This is your top 20. I'm just sharing my
I would
opinions.
be glad to swap you and
If you would like me to mute my microphone, I can do it. I have no
absolutely
problem.
not. I appreciate your.
Well, Zach says he
appreciate
likes
your
the
input.
Zach says he likes the 18-hole courses, not the 9s.
So now he's going to excel.
Like last year when he was on Stony Blues,
Sure.
him and Bernie's son took it that week.
Jack, yeah.
Jack.
Yep.
Well, I mean, he also, what did he get? Third this week, second or third this week.
He's steady.
So he's in there.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Hitting
he's
the big
moving
putts.
up.
All right, here we go.
All right, keep going.
15th, Nicholas up 2. He also he played well today. He was paired up with Tyler, and we know Tyler. He just you can't bump him out of the top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's another good B card.
He's just that's another good B card.
Yeah.
New, and I wouldn't call it a grievous oversight. Sean helping John to win the day. So Sean is in from 0 to 14, or from beyond 20 to 14.
Are you
Wait,
talking about Sean Clancy?
I'm
Sean
sorry.
was in the top
Sean
20?
Clancy. No.
Oh my gosh.
What do we do?
He's
Okay.
he's got to show up.
What place is he in now?
In what?
He's
Oh, my
14.
power rankings is
Yeah.
14th.
Oh, 14th. Okay.
Yeah. That's a 6-point jump.
Okay.
Come on. We had 7 last week with Dylan. That was the max.
Yeah.
So you can't argue that one.
Can't.
Down 2 from last week into 13th. Mr. Nate East. Wasn't that bad?
I deserved it.
What'd you guys shoot tonight?
You and me like.
I was hoping to not mention it, but I guess if you're asking,
Oh, I'm not being. I wasn't being mean.
I'm just being dramatic. That's all.
Oh.
I shot neg 1.
You were negative.
Well,
Yeah.
but when everyone else is shooting 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5,
My biggest, it was just a big letdown because I was driving really well.
just couldn't
And I
finish.
missed, I think I counted 7 inside 20 feet. Like, it was just mental. It was between the
Wow.
ears.
Sure.
It was between the ears. That's all it was.
I understand
I
that.
can only blame myself.
Fair enough.
Still top 20 though.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Down 3 spots from last week and coming in 12th is Trevor Stewart. Still always in contention.
Yeah.
Can't count him out. Now down 5
Uh-oh.
to 11th,
Oh boy.
Mr. Zeke.
Oh my goodness.
He'll hit big putts from 45 when we're 55 when we're watching him, but the score is just, he's still probably waiting for the ace pull to get bigger.
You know how he is.
Greedy.
He's a late season bloomer when it comes to these power rankings. I just got a feeling.
He's also super busy with like baseball and stuff,
I mean,
I think.
Well, it keeps on getting canceled, so I
it's
think
been
he's good.
canceled. So.
Oh, never mind. All right. Top 10. Here we go. David Watkins up 6.
It's not me.
Into
I was,
10th.
I was number 10 last week.
I know. You're doing better. Maybe.
Maybe.
Did he drop out of the top 20?
Maybe he fell out.
That
Maybe
would
he
be
fell out
painful.
all the way.
David
What'd you shoot
Watkins
today?
A shot down 4, should have
Yeah.
been 6 down. But
The should-haves.
I know. I got a lot of should-haves.
Yeah.
I missed a 10-footer because the wind kicked up and literally stopped my disc. It was weird.
That'll do it.
I know. Anyways,
All right.
continue on.
Didn't show up. Down 5.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Tony. He's still top 10.
It's a big drop.
Can't be
still-
rewarded for not showing up.
No, absolutely not.
Listen, after all that fighting he did last week, you would assume he would have been here. But I guess spring break.
I think you just need to cool
spring
off.
break
That's what
with
you
your
need to happen.
kids,
You need to just cool off.
He's going to chill out. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8, up 2 spots from last week. Beating a lot of players this week, a lot of teams, Mr. Benny.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
you beat a bunch of teams.
I appreciate
Good
it.
on you.
Thanks for putting me in there.
I
Tots,
got you.
Your top 20.
I got you. Up 7 from last week.
Holy cow.
The other winner, Mr. John Vestal.
Wow.
You know what?
7. Wow.
The Thumber guy deserves it.
Yeah. Sean moves up 6. He moved up 7.
That's fair.
Yep. They put on a show today, that's for sure, and
You
they earned
can't-
it.
Hey, you can't.
lot
Can't
of
deny
points.
it. Can't deny it. Down 3 from last week to 6th place out of the top 5. Slowly and steadily dropping off. It hurts.
Womp,
It's
womp,
the same thing.
I'm not going to say I didn't see it coming, but I saw it coming.
Absolutely. You look at the scoreboard, you're like, yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Top 5. Up 2 from last week, Mr. Wade.
Dude, he's playing. He's so consistent.
He's still there. He's still there.
He almost made birdie on hole 1.
That's a really
He had
far
a putt
shot.
and he missed.
It's a really far shot.
What did he shoot today?
Like, what did he score? I'd have to look it up.
Wade.
Probably
he
3 under with us.
Scored.
2 under.
Yeah, 3 under.
3 under. A bunch
Okay.
of us shot 3 under.
Yeah.
And number 4, Sean Gallagher up 4 spots. So
Yeah.
Wow.
he is there.
Yeah.
He's slowly and steadily getting his way
Yeah.
up
Respect.
to. He's going to compete with the big boys. Number 3 up 2 old cheater himself throws bombs, Mr. Dillon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a cheat code when he gets on someone's team because it's like they got both routes. And so when he
Right.
Really good teammate.
really good teammate,
Good teammate.
you got
Goes
to put some
far.
value on it.
I'll tell you one thing. He's really good at pumping you up. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like a good disc golfer today because of him.
Well, there you go.
That's incredibly
A little bit of moral
just on Dylan's
support,
part.
you know?
Yeah.
Good on Dylan.
I know. That's
good work, Dylan.
hard job.
Nice job.
You know?
Hard job.
He parked a 365-foot hole, dude.
That's a shot.
That's I
that's
don't
pretty
do
good.
that. So.
Yeah. All right. Finally, the top two, no change from number 2 and number 1 from last week. You've still got Tyler
Locked
Oh,
up.
I thought
holding up number 2.
based off of how many was left, I thought one of them might have dropped out of the top 20. You know, crazy.
Almost. And
Missed it
Aaron
by-
pulling in second place this week is still the number 1 as he was able to squeak out a victory over Tyler this week.
He needs to be knocked off 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row for him to be knocked off
Yeah,
from one.
realistically.
Hey, it's coming.
Realistically.
You got 2 BB players, first and third, man.
And next week we're at Star.
Star.
So it absolutely can happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to throw a little bit further at Star, I think.
Pins in the hole.
In general.
I mean, if you got 350 golf, I mean, I think there's quite a few bees who can do that.
Yeah, I should say there's a couple of holes that are 400 plus
Yeah.
that are going to be tough to get.
Downhill with ice on the ground and a roller, maybe I could do that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We can talk about what's going to happen next week and later in the
Absolutely,
podcast.
absolutely.
And so that was the top 20. That was exciting. Look
work.
forward to next week. Now I'm sure the guys have noticed now by this point, but we have quite the
What is that?
impressive figurine or Lego in front of us. No other done by that probably didn't make sense, but done by Zeke Nitz.
Attaboy.
Very well done.
Yeah.
And so
excellent.
we're going to put a little challenge out to the people listening, to the people watching. The first person to guess the hole and put it in the comments. So the first comment to guess the hole that this Lego figurine is emulating will win this heat.
Mind you, it is from Wagner that we just played today.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Wagner hole.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Good clarification.
And
And
we're
then
talking-
bonus points, because we're giving them out. I don't know what the bonus points do, but it's cool to give out points for
Sure.
nothing.
Yeah.
Figure out who's throwing at this on the tee-pad.
Yep. You got these 3 handsome fellas down here, at the bottom right here,
Yep. And so
doing some live
take
hosting.
your guess. And so we'll
And-
give out points. We'll figure out what those points are going to do later on.
Sure.
Right.
And so
But
It's gonna
and
be
we
super
do
important.
We
Yep.
do want to point out it is where the really cool and very well dressed players are actually throwing from.
yep,
Correct.
That's the hole.
that's the hole.
Yep. What tee pad is that?
Correct.
So Cool.
Also, following that up,
Yep.
like we do every week,
What do we got?
we have a lot of guys show up tonight,
heck yeah.
which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing if you're wanting to win something because your chances become less. So
Oh, boy.
this week we had, is it 41 or 42? I'm going to get confused.
41 realistically.
41?
41.
I'll be in twice, just because I was put
Just
down
to
twice.
be fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So
to
we
be
got
fair.
41 and a half guys this week. And for those of you guys that were there, you're putting a drawing to win a sweet Jawbreaker Buzz Ledgestone this past year. Brand new, unthrown, unless my kids threw it in the parking lot here at the church. So we're going to roll it up and see who we got.
I think you're good.
Is it good? Feel good?
Minimal wear and tear.
What number?
I'm super nervous.
Number, let me look at it. Let me see who it is before I say it. Number 2.
Number 2.
Wow, you had to come early.
Holy smokes.
Who's that?
We haven't had a low number
mean-
yet.
You tell me.
I'm just glad it's not Aaron, because if it would have been number 1, Aaron puts his name
Yeah,
first.
he-
Wade, you have won.
I don't know. Bonici? I don't know how to say your
Bonici.
last name, bro.
You have won a
Bonici.
sweet Buzz.
He's going to be
Wade.
excited about that.
Yep. So obviously, if you didn't watch the podcast, you wouldn't know that. But if you did,
Wade watches the podcast.
come
Wade,
find us.
Wade watches the
He knows.
come find us next league night.
Cool.
Got you, buddy.
Attaboy, Wade.
Good work, dude.
Good job, Wade.
You're really good at signing up on time.
Hawks, we had a big tournament this past weekend, didn't we?
We had a big tournament this past weekend. We've been talking about it, promoting it. The Zambia tournament is officially in the books. Happened on Saturday, and 51 people signed up. We had a couple that did not show up and then we had a number that did not finish. And
I wonder why.
I don't think anyone would look at them and say, "What's wrong with you?"
Right.
Because if you teed off at anywhere between 9 to 10:30, life was good. David, Watkins, and Wade, they teed off at 9, and they'll tell you, yeah, they had 3 rough holes. And by rough holes, I mean there was lightning. So we had a 35, 40-minute lightning delay. And then the weather dropped from 60s, low 60s to 40s. And the rain was consistent from about 11:15 till about 2.
Yeah, easy.
And by consistent, I mean there was no let up. It was just
I mean, at one
constant.
point, it held
Everything
on
was wet.
us.
What's
At one
that?
point, it held on us.
Whoops. Yeah, hailed on us.
Just super, super, super windy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
Umbrellas flying everywhere.
Hey,
Oh, yeah. We might
but
have a picture.
I will say this about this tournament. I will talk about those rounds for a very long time. If it was just nice and sunny and no wind, we're not talking
We
about
made
it.
a memory.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we made a memory. I think guys came out stronger because of that round. I think we fortitude a lot of strong men out there. And we had 2 ladies in the field, which is awesome to
That's
see.
true. And
Our very own Sam,
yeah, they both finished.
Yeah.
previously Blaylock, now
Seaman.
Seaman?
Same Seaman.
Okay.
Yeah. Her husband.
her husband.
Timothy,
So it
right?
was good
Yep.
to see them out there. Yeah, we had a huge group from our crowd to
From
come
our
out,
league, yeah.
so that was good to see.
And on top of that, like, I mean, granted, like we had to change a lot on the fly, right? But like, I think everybody felt like they were thought about, and it was
Yeah.
intentional. And,
Good.
You know, I as silly as it may sound, like Skylar and his buddy, what's his name?
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew Korth, Ryan's kid. Like, we were announcing names, and it was just they got their names
They were
announced before
pumped
they
up.
throw, and like trying to make it legit. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody could have players pack, and try to make everybody feel like, hey, we thought of all the little things. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I would love to know your guys' opinion. Truly, fill in the comments
Yeah.
and
If you have feedback.
Feedback.
Yeah,
Was it well run? Outside of the weather, we all know the weather was what it was. Can't control that. Did we do a good job?
yeah.
Was it enjoyable?
Tell us
Were
the good things,
amenities
the things
good?
we can improve.
And then what could we have done better?
Yeah,
I also want to give it's kind of a weird shout out, but I posted on Instagram a couple photos of the Zambia tournament.
Good.
We got a like from no other than Eldon Harris, one of the top pros in the field.
Oh,
Wow.
And so I don't want to toot our own horn, but we're making waves. I think the internet knows we're out there, which is huge. And so
I like it.
he had
Internet is true.
a couple weeks ago. I don't even remember what tournament it was.
That's cool.
I think it was Austin. He had an ace,
Oh,
but
yeah.
because there was no ace pot, there was a debate between him and Gannon on Instagram Live of is this a truly an ace, and he says it's not because there's no money involved.
did you see his vlog?
I didn't.
Because before he went and messed with Gannon on the vlog, he says, I'm going to go make this ridiculous take with Gannon and really bother him on it. And then it blew up after that. And so then he had to double down on the take.
no.
That's hilarious.
Oh, no.
I don't care, man. I don't care if there's money involved.
Yeah.
If it
goes in, man.
If it goes in,
Even if you're warming up before a
they
tournament,
did clarify though.
right? You remember
Yeah, no.
that? Oh, you
They
don't.
did clarify second off the tee. I agree with them. That is not
Right.
an ace.
I'm saying when you go to Spindler Park
That
and
is
you're at hole
not
2
an ace.
and you throw a bunch because the tournament hasn't started yet, and one happens to go in the basket.
Yeah, but remember when you threw the second guy? I don't remember where this was.
I remember
A
that.
couple years
That counted,
ago.
though.
No, it's not.
I called it.
That
I said, watch
doesn't
this skip.
That doesn't matter.
So I know I skipped this, but I had to call reinforcements because I forgot to do it. Today's stats. And so I texted Garrett Landry to send me stats real quick.
Good work,
So he
Garrett.
just got back to me on that. And I want to
Nicely
go
done.
over that real quick if I could.
Way to
Okay.
be on the ball.
And so I want you guys to guess which hole played the easiest. And then
Can we do hardest first?
we'll go hardest first. Yeah.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Well, that was my
I said it because I knew that's what you were going to say. Hold 9.
hole 9. Mike,
If it's
dude,
it's
a
either
lot
9
of
or
peer
1.
pressure. A lot of peer pressure. Oh, dude, I forgot
probably got to be
one.
hole 9 or hole 1, if not
Oh,
9.
you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
Pick one.
I'll
There,
pick hole
3, 2,
1.
1. There you go.
Okay.
Hole 1.
It's hole 9,
Surprise.
which I thought it would be hole 1
All right.
because typically I see
Those
a lot.
are easy force.
Yeah, those are easy fours.
Easy force.
But I would
Minimal
love for you
twos.
guys to guess the average.
On hole
we
9?
can do hole 1 and 9 because I got them both.
Hole 9, I'm going to go with 3.7.
I think there were some 5s on the scorecard. 3.9.
Mike?
I'll go a little low. 3.35.
Okay, so it was 3.47 was 9. Hole 1 was 3.32.
I'm terrible.
So
at
they're
this.
close, but I was surprised to see hole 9 really take it.
Yeah.
I bet you if you look at our league historically, it would have been hole 1. But
That's
I don't
fair.
know.
Yeah.
And then easiest. What hole did you think played the easiest?
I'm going to go with hole 5. You're counting. It's
What's the opposite of 3?
corner.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. What Mike was thinking.
Is that
9 plus 3.
14?
I was thinking 14.
I think
That's
that's
the-
12.
10.
Opposite of 3 is 12.
Yes, 3
Okay,
plus
that's,
9 is
that's
12.
what we meant.
you're right.
That's what we meant.
I'm going to go with hole 4. Or 5, I mean, the one in the corner.
Okay.
Or hole 10, maybe?
We got to pick one.
I'll go with 10 if he's going with.
I'm going to say 12.
Okay, it was 12. And I'll just go over because the 3 lowest were hole 3, hole 12, like we just discussed, and then hole 4, which is the downhill,
Down the hill.
CTP.
Oh, that's the one I meant.
Was that the one you meant? Because you said
Yeah.
5.
I know I messed up.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. I was
hole
wrong
12,
no matter what.
Hole 12 shot at 2.21.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty low.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
Was hole 12 the one we had to use my drive? You
Yeah.
hit a tree.
Just want to
Yeah.
point that
Nice
out.
You tried to
Slabs.
forehand?
I like
Just
that.
thought I was
Yeah,
playing the drive.
it was great. You parked it, and then you made the putt.
I think I birdied that one.
Pretty good.
Was that a solo hole by Mike?
Yeah, it
You should
was.
step your game up.
He doesn't need teammates. I don't need. I don't need to
Zach.
set my game up. Mike's
You
parking.
guys got
it.
like 6 people on your team, and Mike's over here carrying you guys.
I think Zach had his own hole too.
It's true.
All right, and so we'll start closing out the episode.
Yeah.
Next week we're going to be at Star, and I believe we're starting at 6 next week. So a little later start, and that's
got-
tee off at 6. So
it
we're gonna
got a little dark.
got a little dark, but I encourage everyone to show up earlier.
Yeah.
That way we can try and tee off at 6.
Yeah, if possible. The influx of people because we had record high.
Yep.
It was tough, man. We weren't ready for. Holy smoke! So many people.
Plus, we had that casual card in front of us.
Yeah, that
slowed us
some
down.
things down, and it was cloudy, so it wasn't the perfect perfect set of circumstances, kind of slowing us down, but it still works.
Star will be pretty wet again too by the.
Yeah, it'd be nice and muddy.
Yeah,
By
that's
the
spring
pavilion.
golf.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's normal.
Bring your boots.
Yep.
predictions. What are you guys' predictions for the round?
I'm so bad at this.
I'm really bad at this.
No,
I never remember.
You're off by one this last time. I was off by more than one.
That's fair.
I don't think scores are going to be as low as Wagner,
I think it's a more difficult course.
Maybe like 7.
But you said that last
but
time.
I don't
about
think it's as
Wagner.
punishing as Wagner. If that makes sense. I
You-
think it's tougher to birdie, but not as
Okay.
easy
To bogey.
to
Do you know
bogey.
what I do with courses?
Wagner is.
When you ask this question, I go to my rounds.
You're cheating.
No, I go to my rounds. And
7
just
under.
base-
I think 8. 8's probably the number
Okay.
I'm going with.
Am I allowed to say the same one? I think
Sure.
7.
I mean, that's kind of weak. but-
That's
I
what I was
think
thinking was 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys, all
Wow.
3 of you guys going for 7? Is that what we're doing right now? Okay, we'll stick with
You're going
that.
to switch yours to 7?
A little bit longer
Might as
course.
well.
A little bit longer drives. Bring out the big arms. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to go.
You're such a rebel.
I'm going to go 7.
After checking.
I can't.
Cool.
After checking his scores, he's going to go +2. Oh, I mean, never mind.
Wow. Gets a solo bird and now he's throwing shade.
Well,
Did we miss anything?
Yeah, we did.
What did we miss?
I feel like we did, but I think
The sweet video at the end.
all this sweet video. Well, before that, I want to encourage everyone to smash that like button.
Smash it.
Comment
Break your
down
phone.
below. Subscribe. I don't even check their subscriber numbers, but
Right,
I'm sure
yeah.
they're
Out the roof.
out the roof.
I mean,
That's
Alden
a lot.
Harris liked our video.
Alden Harris
It's a
liked
good
our
chance.
video, and you know
Yeah.
that the rest of the pros are coming.
Right.
So,
100%.
tell the rest of your college buddies to get on there.
Right?
yeah.
I know there's one, right?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Few
My buddy
reminders.
Kiefer
Okay?
Keeman commented on the first one.
Obviously, put a hole through your phone, smashing the like button so hard. But don't forget to comment what hole you think this is. Don't forget to give us some feedback on Zambia.
Yep. And then we will cue to the video, which is.
I do want to
Oh,
say,
sorry, my
Mike,
bad.
False
thanks
starts.
for
yeah, thanks for coming.
thanks for
coming
no problem.
and hanging out.
No problem.
and
I
chatting
enjoyed
Glad to
it.
be part of the league, man.
and playing some frisbee.
I feel like the people were asking for it, and so we had to give it to them. You know,
Yeah, give the
So,
people what they want.
I give the people what
Yep.
they want.
they demand.
And so yeah,
It was
Awesome.
my pleasure to come out here, and it was really fun. I'll come on anytime.
Atta boy. That's what I'm
Awesome.
talking about.
cool.
Good deal.
All right,
Awesome.
cue it up.
Check
now
this out.
this is for real though.
For real. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
You want
Okay,
to say
we're
it
good.
together?
Yeah.
What are we
I'm not.
saying?
Cue the video.
Wow, you guys are awesome.
For the tie.
Another one!